Invincible Bot, Nice Co. Radiant Choice. Radiant Choice. Settlers. Bunny Bad Girl, Not for Export. Washington George. Gagosian, Washington George. Escaping our letter. So there's our letter behind the back of the gates. Washington George behind the line over there as well, and they're followed by Invincible Bot. Invincible Bot, Washington George, Not for Export, Careless Choice, Radiant Choice, Radiant Choice, Radiant Choice, Nice K. Not for Export, Not for Export, Washington George, Gagosian. Gagosian, Careless Choice, Radiant Choice, Radiant Choice, Radiant Choice. Not for Export, Radiant Choice, Washington Joyce. Washington George, Gagosian, Nice Co. Bunny Bad Girl, Washington George, Nice Co on the outside as Settlers with our letter. Radiant Choice followed then by, at the head of the rest, Invincible Bot. Then Gagosian followed by Not for Export. Dual Escape, Settlers, Not for Export, Nice Co. Radiant Choice, Washington George, Gagosian and Arletta. Nice Co, Not for Export. Invincible Bot, Bunny Bad Girl. At the start for race 5 for the Daily Press. Radiant Choice 460, Invincible Bot at 16, Not for Export 14, Gagosian 460 in from 8, Dual Escape at 10, Arletta at 8, Nice Co 390, Bunny Bad Girl at $19, Settlers at 18 and 12 Washington George. $4 favourite Nice Co, and they're at the start. Arletta, Nice Co, Not for Export, Dual Escape and Settlers with Gagosian behind the gates. And there's Washington George behind the line with Invincible Bot. Frequent Choice, Radiant Choice and Bunny Bad Girl. So we're 90 seconds away.
Moved up and took the lead from Menegatti, fighting back. It's Menegatti and Carrack there together. Menegatti, Carrack, there's nothing in it as they drive to the line. Menegatti, 4 back to win. Menegatti from Carrack and third past the glass in front of Athos.
So Invincible Bot's one of the first runners to get set. Here's Gagosian coming forward into its position. Now here's Not for Export about to come up into its spot. Arletta moving around. Radiant Choice to get set. Bunny Bad Girls, Settlers and Dual Escape still out behind the back of the machine. Radiant Choice moves in. Invincible Bot, Washington George, Arletta, Not for Export standing okay. Bunny Bad Girl goes up. Dual Escape will be the last runner to come forward. 420 the 8, which is Nice Co. So Nice Co, our favourite to win the race, 420, 460 the 5, which is Gagosian. Gagosian's the best backed here in this race. And this is the Daily Press handicap. We're running 1,200 metres. And Settlers will be the last runner to get set. Washington George. And towards the inside, standing well. Invincible Bot, Gagosian. There's Co. Now here's Settlers coming up. Not for Exports in, and we're all in the stalls set to go. Opening leg of the quaddie here on Cup Day, and the stalls are back. They're off and racing this time. And Washington George from the inside and Invincible Bot both broke the line running, and nicely into stride as well was Radiant Choice up challenging. Bunny Bad Girl and Arletta are all in that swarm of horses up on the pace. So let's sort them out here. Invincible Bot just has it narrowly over Arletta on the outside. Nasco's punching through in the centre, been eased back now. And they're being followed by Bunny Bad Girl and Washington George the the inside. 2 lengths further astern to Radiant Choice, who's centre field racing 1 off the fence. They're clear over Settlers, Not for Export. Gagosian back next to last, and Dual Escape is back last of all, travelling about a dozen lengths off the pace setter. Invincible Bot down to the 400. Invincible Bot leads 3 parts over Arletta on the outside, and Washington George is third over on the fence. Nasco races 1 off. Bunny Bad Girls hooking to the outside. Not for Export using inside runs. They straighten. Invincible Bot and also Washington George are the joint pace setters. They're a length or so in advance over Arletta, followed by Radiant Choice, and Nasco is down the outside. It's Washington George. Arletta going up on the outside of Invincible Bot. Invincible Bot. Washington George. Gagosian late, but Washington George beat Gagosian. Dual Escape from the back with also Invincible Bot not far away. Don't hold me to the camera. Followed then by Not for Export and Arletta. Followed then by Bunny Bad Girl and Nasco. Further astern with also Settlers. And Radiant Choice was one of the last runners in. Washington George has won it. Race time in 1:10 and change. Washington George lands the prize in a thrilling finish. Geez, they were lining up behind George, but Washington George has won. We've got Invincible Bot. Gagosian was really lashing late at the line. It'll probably get second, Gagosian. Absolutely flashing home. I'd say it'll get second. Invincible Bot third and Arletta fourth. There we go. We'll just await on that result. But Washington George, the winner of the race for Rachel Murray and Craig Martin. 11 beats the 5. 5 second Gagosian for Chris Williams, Cody Morgan, and 2 was third, which was Invincible Bot. So 11, 5, 2 and 7. They're in the frame. 11, 5, 2 and 7. Washington George, the winner of the race. So Washington George, the winner. Rachel Murray for Craig Martin. 3-year-old bay gelding by Arlington out of Imperfect Angel, owned by TP Burke and JP Smythe, having career start 5 for win